Psychology facts. Understanding female sexual satisfaction and penetration. Preferences when it comes to human sexuality, the truth is far more complex than the viral claims we often see online. One such claim suggests that most women, around 88%, love penetration. But what does real psychological and scientific research actually reveal? What research shows about female enjoyment studies in human sexuality consistently highlight that a large majority of women do report finding pleasure in penetrative sex. For example, the National Survey of Sexual Health and Behavior found that more than 80% of women experience physical satisfaction from vaginal penetration, but only when emotional. Physical and contextual factors align, so penetration in itself is not the magic key. The true experience of pleasure depends on much more than physical contact alone. The role of arousal and readiness, unlike male arousal, which can often be triggered rapidly, female arousal is gradual and layered. Penetration is most enjoyable when a woman feels physically ready, mentally relaxed, and emotionally safe. Foreplay, trust, and emotional closeness are often the difference between discomfort and deep satisfaction. The psychological dimension from a psychological perspective, women tend to enjoy penetrative sex more when they feel desired, respected, and emotionally connected to their partner. Emotional intimacy activates the brain's reward system, while the release of oxytocin during close contact strengthens bonding and intensifies physical pleasure. Clitoral stimulation and orgasm. Another crucial piece of the puzzle is the role of the clitoris. Research, including surveys from the Kinsey Institute, shows that while penetration can be highly enjoyable, many women need clitoral stimulation to reach orgasm consistently. In fact, combining penetration with external stimulation significantly increases satisfaction for the majority of women. Clearing up misconceptions. The phrase "penetration's in there" that floats around in memes and viral posts is vague and misleading. Scientifically speaking, the focus should not be on the act alone, but on the entire sexual experience, one that involves respect, communication, arousal, and emotional safety. Final thought, yes, many women truly enjoy penetration, but it's never just about the physical act. Pleasure is the product of mind, body, and emotional connection working together. Psychology makes it clear. Technique matters, but understanding, trust, and intimacy often matter even more. Why emotional safety shapes physical satisfaction. One of the most overlooked truths in sexuality is that the female body responds differently when the mind feels unsafe. A woman may be physically attracted to her partner, but if she senses judgment, pressure, or emotional distance, her body often resists full arousal. This is why psychologists emphasize that emotional safety is not a luxury. It's a prerequisite for genuine pleasure. Think about it. If her nervous system is on guard, her body won't relax enough to fully enjoy penetration. But when trust is present, the brain signals release of feel-good chemicals, dopamine, serotonin, and oxytocin, that transform sex into a deeply bonding experience. Penetration versus connection. Many men assume that technique or size is the biggest factor in her satisfaction. But research paints a different picture. The truth is, penetration is amplified when paired with emotional closeness. Without connection, penetration risks becoming mechanical. With connection, even the simplest act can become electrifying. The gradual build of female arousal, unlike male arousal, which can ignite instantly. Female arousal is like a fire. It needs time, fuel, and attention. Studies show that foreplay is not just an optional warm-up, it's a biological necessity for most women. When she feels mentally engaged, physically stimulated, and emotionally understood, her arousal deepens, making penetration intensely pleasurable. Clitoral realities. Many men ignore. Here's the hard truth. Only a small percentage of women consistently orgasm from penetration alone. Most require clitoral stimulation, whether directly, indirectly, or in combination with penetration. This doesn't mean penetration isn't enjoyable. It simply means her body is wired in a way that values both internal and external stimulation. Those who understand this unlock a far richer level of intimacy. Cultural myths versus scientific facts. Viral posts and locker room conversations often oversimplify female sexuality, reducing it to numbers or exaggerated claims. 88% enjoy penetration. Most women want only one thing. These sweeping statements miss the bigger picture. Science reveals that pleasure is highly personal, shaped by biology, psychology, past experiences, and current context. Why this matters for men seeking mastery. The lesson here is clear. Don't chase myths, study realities. Female satisfaction is not about one move, one size, or one statistic. It's about reading emotional cues, building trust, and creating conditions where her body and mind can work together. That's where real intimacy thrives. The hidden psychology behind female pleasure. Here's something most men overlook. For many women, the brain is the most important sexual organ. Penetration may stimulate the body, but her mental state